All right, good morning and no side quests today, hopefully. And we're going to get shit done. So I've still got to do the amendments in the big garden. I got to get a lot of this cleaned up, get the greenhouse cleaned up. The hens are happy. They're all clean. They're doing their thing. Miss Broody is still broody. Let's start this magical day, and I can already hear people. That is so weird. It's super early. I wonder if they're at the... Oh, it's Sunday. They're probably at the church early. Not all the caffeine is kicked in yet. All right, so we are going to speed through most of this. I'll explain what I'm doing here and there, hopefully. But sometimes we just go because we just have to go and get things done. Check the weather, and it is going to drop temperature in about a week. So now it's time to get the shiz done. Let's do this, y'all. Y'all, why does it look like I live in the jungle? I do not live in the jungle. I live in the Midwest. There is no jungle here. But that seriously looks like a jungle. All right, you're going to see a lot of castor plants. So the previous owners of this property loved castor plants, and I cannot get rid of them to save my ever-loving soul. But first, we're going to clean up this watermelon vine, get it up and out of the way. Those are sugar baby watermelons, you guys. Sugar babies. They were supposed to be small. And the only small one we got, I put out a couple of videos ago, and it was yummy, but the other ones were friggin' massive. And it took me probably 4 days to get all of it freeze-dried and ready to go. Well, the freeze-drying took longer than 4 days. Like, it used up my freeze dryer for probably a week and a half because watermelon does carry so much water, obviously. It does take a very long time to either dehydrate it or freeze dry it. But we're going to feed all the chickens all the scraps that we can. Anytime we can, they get a ton of treats today, y'all. A ton. Like everything. I don't want her starving, and I want her to get all the happy the other chickens are getting. But she won't come out of the hole. All right, well, that was pretty easy cleanup on that vine. The reason I'm not doing it to all the squash ones is because they were also entangled in moonflower, which is toxic. So I'm just going to dump those off to the side and let them go back into the ground because I don't want to accidentally hurt the chickens. So they only get stuff that I know is super safe for them. In that little green planter, it was supposed to be a black hollyhock, and I finally figured out why it did not hollyhock. Because the seeds I had gotten were mixed up, and what was in the hollyhock package was actually marshmallow. So I grew a ton of marshmallow, which I do have to harvest. The rest of it is in the front yard, so I don't get to that during this video. I haven't even gotten to it yet, and it's been a minute. So at this point, I'm pulling out the weed whacker because there's just so much. And we are collecting all of the pots to dump them out back in the garden. I think I've said that multiple times. Yep, and there's a giant castor plant that I still can't get that root out. It's still too big. Goodbye. Wait, is that still watermelon vine? Yes. And tomatoes are gone. I am leaving in the flowers because the marigolds are cold hardy. The one thing I did just learn about marigolds, however, is that they are... Okay, well, I just flipped up my words. They attract pollinators, like a lot. Bees love them. So that could possibly be why we had a nest up there, because I planted a ton of them because I love the colors. I love oranges and yellows, and they're really pretty. So now, lesson learned. Keep the marigolds away from where I'm going to be the majority of the time. But I love my marigolds. All right, we're just going to continue to clean up and get crap out of our way. start hacking out the blackberry bush, which then gets fed to the chickens. I didn't give them any of the elderberry bush that I took down because I didn't quite know if it would be toxic to them. So I do have to do some research on that to see if they can have those leaves. I don't think they can have the berries, so I'm not going to give them to them. Plus, I'm prepping the berries for elderberry syrup as soon as I get enough. And we're actually going to be transplanting the elderberries to another location and taking out the blackberry plants because they continuously smack me in the face and try to kill me. And this is not the ideal location for them. So they're going to go, even though I love blackberries. Oh, I got to get to those. Oh, this is going to suck. This is going to suck so bad. Hey, it's a red ladybug. There is a bumblebee's nest back there somewhere. And only God knows how many spiders, and I don't even know what these weeds are. But this is a conglomeration of, we tried to get it all dug up and prepped to plant next year. We hit a bumblebee's nest, and that's how I found out how allergic I really am to them. So, yeah, I'm a little paranoid right now. Also, I think I'm just going to cut back the entire blackberry bush. We have more planted back in the back. I really don't want these here. But try to kill them off. They're some serious crap. So I'm just going to start hacking down at the blackberry bush and whatever this thing is. I have an app. I could probably look. But I don't really want to know if it's poisonous. And something keeps itching on my leg. I think I got bit yesterday. Alright. We're going to time lapse this, so if I scream like a little bee witch, you don't hear me. And yes, I did scream quite a few times. There were quite a bit of spiders all over the place. And if you look down by my feet, there's another bloody pumpkin. I also, when I was weed eating, hit a pumpkin and got pumpkin in my eyeball. So that was super fun. That was a side quest for the day, was pumpkin in the eyeball. Alright, so I know this planter still has some live stuff in it. We're taking the majority of it out. However, I am keeping the lemongrass, which is off to the right-hand side of your screen. It smells amazing. I love lemongrass. I will cut it and just bring it in the house and smell it until the cats devour it because they love it. And now that we have 6, they love it even more. And playing it and do all the things. But just cutting it smells so good. Oh, that's bright. So it's time for the bee. It's starting to warm up enough that I'm thinking the bees are going to start to wake up. I'm seeing just a couple of them around. So that green stalk is going to wait. And yes, I'm looking down because I'm being blinded by the sun. That green stalk is going to wait because I don't want to accidentally tick them off. And there will be a coffee break, and then we will head to the back garden to amend the soil and dump the pots as soon as I get my husband out of bed. And he can hook up the trailer and do his part. We'll see you shortly after the blinding goes away. Thank you all for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. If you like these types of videos, please go ahead and hit that like button. That would be fabulous. Please share if you would share with all of your garden loving friends. And then if you have not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you did so now. That would be great. I hope you all have a blessed and absolutely magical week. Thank you all so much. Bye.